Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on regulatory affairs. And I'm Shreya, your host for today's session. We are excited to have two esteemed speakers with us. And first, we have Mr. Prakash B., a senior expert in regulatory affairs with 10 years of experience in pharmaceutical development and marketed products. So, he has a wealth of knowledge in regulatory affairs across global markets and has played a key role in navigating a complex regulatory landscape. So, joining with him, we also have Ms. Sweta Birajdar, a seasoned professional in regulatory affairs and clinical data management. So, she brings extensive experience in regulatory submissions, compliances, and drug safety. So, having worked with prominent organizations like TCS, Aston Carter, and Eversana, she has a deep expertise in quality assurance and dossier preparations, so which will be invaluable for all of us today. So, we are thrilled to have you both joined us for today's webinar. All over to you, Prakash sir. You may start with your insights about the regulatory affairs, what you have to share with our students.
Yeah. Thank you, Shreya. Thank you for giving an introduction about me. And hi, guys. Good evening. So, hope everybody is doing well. So, today we are going to discuss about regulatory affairs, what is careers, and even the scope. Also, we can discuss today. So, let me share my screen quickly. Let me know you can see my screen.
Yes,
Shreya, can you
visible.
confirm?
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Yeah, thanks for the confirmation. So, guys, today we're going to discuss about the regulatory affairs. So, first I will go with the introduction and overview of the regulatory affairs department and what is the main responsibilities and activities. So, let's start. So, introduction of the pharmaceuticals company, how the company they are developing the regulatory affairs team and the products and how the products are going into the market. So, regulatory affairs is a profession developed from the desire of governments to protect the public health and controlling the safety and efficacy of the products in area including pharmaceuticals, veterinary medicines and medical devices, pesticides, agrochemicals, so etc. So while preparing those kind of pharmaceuticals drugs and even veterinary medicines, so we need to assure the safety of and efficacy of the public health. For that reason we need one department that is called regulatory affairs. So from this regulatory affairs department we have a lot of scope is there, and we need to connect with each and every time with the health authorities and even the drug, how the marketing the products. It's like not only the we are dealing with several departments like R&D team, clinical team, manufacturing team, quality control, quality assurance, and pharmacovigilance and business finance and marketing and external partners as well as. So the key person is the regulatory affairs here. So this is the person will connect with throughout the entire the team in the pharmaceutical industry. So next we can go to next slide. So here the main activities. So keep tracking of the every changing the legalization of all the regions in the whichever the company. So they are going to distribute in the products in the market. So the main thing like we need to track the each and every legalization part. And next one is advertising on the legal and scientific registration and requirement. And another one collecting and collecting the evaluation scientific data, so including the clinical data also we need to collecting and evaluate those data. And next one is presenting the registration document to the regulatory authorities by carrying out any subsequent negotiation are necessary to obtain or maintain the marketing authorization. So in this step we can closely connect with the regulatory affairs, and we will negotiate if they are looking any extra document also we need to negotiate to maintain our product in the market. And next one, like giving the strategic and technical advice at the highest level in their companies, marketing and an important contribution for both the commercial and the scientifically for the success. And next one, like maintaining the license in the market, like this is the post marketing variation, like examples of renewals and annual reports and labeling submissions. And next one, helping the company avoid problems and causing the bodily kept records and inappropriate scientific thinking and poor presentation of data. And next one is the local price and reimbursement of the dossier preparation and supporting the inspection. So whenever we are getting the US FDA and any regulatory authority inspection, we need to support. And public advertising and scientific advertising, this is the most important. And as a regulatory person, we need to ensure that the public health 100% whether it's accuracy and safety we need to take care about. And additionally, the regulatory department will often take as a part of a regulatory development product and concept of the commonly required approved packaging and advertising before the using commercially. Next one, the another main activity is like ensure the marketing authorization application, like from launch to new product into the market, and the management of life cycle operation activities, define the regulatory strategy for the registration and the product life cycle activities, draft and maintain of the regulatory dossier, archival of all the documents needed. It should be sent to Central Health Authority. Be always update on the regulatory legalization requirement and be in contact with the worldwide health authorities. And this is a cross-functional role, I can say. Like we need to connect with the quality team, safety and efficacy. And next one, so there are we need to as a regulatory person we need to connect with the internal team and as well as the external team. So internal team, like we need to get the access for the what is the status of the market. So if you can take any product in the market, so what is the status we need to analyze. And we can connect with the pharmacovigilance team and the distribution team, finance, quality, legal and compliance team, marketing and medical team. So this is internally in the pharmaceutical companies. And while we can see other other way we can connect with external regulatory authorities, like health authority departments and database, trade association and scientific association, pharmacies and wholesalers. So this kind of team we need to connect with the external team as a regulatory person. And next one, the evaluation of regulatory affairs department, you can see previously there is a uncertainty of the collection of the documents. So previously we don't have any system, we don't have any portals, we don't have any gateways. So previously we were completely submitting our dossier into health authority by printing the documents and creating a lot of mess while printing and storage of those things. And present we have the knowledge of legal aspects, registration, the regulatory implementation, and promotion, cross-functional coordination. Sorry, and knowledge of regulatory guidelines, ability to interact with regulatory authorities, and regulatory safety and intelligence. At present, we are doing. And tomorrow there is a evolution for the science and new drug classes also, and legalization also. There is a lot of changes are going to happen, and strategic business decisions and digitalization, artificial intelligence also going to be happen in the regulatory department and future. And moving to next. So another activities like when the drug come to the market, at least 15 years is to be, have to pass since the start from the R&D phase, and usually also the patient application initiation. So there is a period will be the 15 years as estimationally. And the money of the company burden also very high. So the new drug is comes into the market, like there is several steps also there. So in these steps also the regulatory person play a key role in these steps. And next one, as you can see, regulatory department is involved in all the phases of drug development. So different activities, like the activities very different and linked with the regulatory department. Like I can say pharma company and chemical companies and clinical research organizations, contract manufacturing authorization. So here we have the strategic plans and the pre-marketing, post-marketing interactions with all the team members. And next one, the main regulatory activities like development phase, we can see. So we can advise the development and the scientific advice we can give it to the pharmaceutical industries and clinical trial application for the filing of IND submission and project management strategy and regulatory intelligence. And approval phase, we can go ahead with like draft the dossier and application procedure, authorities meetings like electronic submission or publishing labeling support. And post approval phase, we have the renewal submissions, post marketing variations, life cycle management, post approval commitment, and new indications, labeling, advertising, and reimburse. And next, manufacturing site support like assessment of the changes, manufacturing site, participation in the inspection, QP declaration, and GMP and manufacturing documentation, compliance between the batch record and dossier. So this is the main activity for the regulatory person from development phase to marketing phase. And next, so approval phase, the we can say, for example, we can take the marketing authorization application for the EU market, biological license for the USA, new drug application, that is NDA, that is also for USA. So national submissions. So for this entire the process, we will submit the common technical document, that is from CTD structure module 1 to module 5. And post approval phases like life cycle activities. So here we are mainly focus on the variations type, like a type 1A, type 1, 1B, and type 2, and renewals, submissions, annual report, labeling changes. And coming to next one. So next, like regulatory department and roles, like so here we are acting as a strategy person and CMC, advertising and promotional compliance, intelligence of and policy, operations, compliance, life cycle management, country regulations, and region wise we need to support act as a active support for the health authority and industries, and labeling. Even we can key role like we can develop the strategy for the respective submissions. And moving to next, the global like, this is the overview for the regulatory team, how the industrials are activities, and how the inside is happening, like global regulatory lead. This is the person is responsible for developing and implementing the global strategies to secure and maintain the market approval products and assign therapeutic areas. And next one, global regulatory affairs, CMC, is responsible for drafting the maintain the regulatory dossier, that is module 3 and module 2, and in contact with the regulatory affairs, preparation of the regulatory CMC package. And next one is the regulatory affairs. So this is the person is about country requirement, like this person is sitting in the respective countries, and this person is mainly involving the module 1 preparation and closely connect with the health authority. And next one is labeling. So this person is responsible for updating all the labeling document, artwork, product information, leaflet, summary of characterization, and labeling submission. And next one, like regulatory intelligence strategy. The person is mainly defined for regulatory strategy in order to accelerate the submission process and approval the avoiding questions from the health authorities, expert about the regulatory requirement. And moving to next role, so this is for publishing. So is the publishing person main responsible, like publishing the regulatory dossier and submitting to health authority portal, and primary contact with any, is there any health authority questions are coming, and the person can be answered. And next one, regulatory project manager. The person is responsible for following the submission for the beginning, is preparing the application forms, cover letters, maintain the regulatory system in the up to date in the system, and closely connect with the CMC and global regulatory leader. And next, regulatory operation department, they are helping supporting the submission in general, creating like once we submit dossier to health authority, we should the dossier should be archived. So this activity taking care by regulatory operations. And next one, regulatory and startup specialist. The regulatory and startup specialist is the key clinical operation professional and responsible for the managing the country and site specific launching activities and clinical trials. They are the preparation and submitting the clinical trials applications, regulation and ethics committees, compiling the submission dossier and managing responsibles. And next one, regulatory compliance. The person is responsible to ensure the everything like don't impact the quality and performing the according to the GMP, and it is supporting the site in case of inspection. So as I said, is there any inspection is coming from the health authority side, so the person can be support as a regulatory compliance person. And next one, regulatory advertisement. So this is also main important. The person is responsible to conduct the regulatory promotional labeling and marketing compliance reviews in the R&D team and commercial area. So this is the overview for regulatory team and activities. And next one, so we have the wraps. So there is a one there. When whoever the regulatory person is want to learn the more about the regulatory, they can connect with the regulatory and they can study and present the and promote the proportion and the healthcare regulatory globally, and they will they will learn the more things about the regulatory from the wraps. So this is the we need to register for these wraps, and we need to qualify for this test as well as for the tropa. And next one, interaction with the health authorities. So always ask regulatory advice for advance in medical products. So we need to well in advance we can discuss with the health authorities and what they want. So if you are manufacturing one product, that product what they based on their product, what is their requirement from the health authority, so we need to fulfill those things first of all. And ask suggestion for the difficult classification, like post marketing variation. We need to connect with the health authority what is the classification for the drug, and the variation whether it's going to be minor variation or major variation. We need to connect with well in advance with the health authority and reply to the questions coming after the MAA submission and post-marketing variation, and reply to be to objection during the manufacturer side inspection as well as. And this is the things we need to connect with the health authority closely as a regulatory. And coming to the worldwide health authorities, so we have the European Medicine Agency, that is EMA, and US FDA, that is US country. And next one, the Pharmaceuticals and Medical Device Agency for Japan, NVISA for the New Zealand, and the National Medical Medical Product Administration for China, and Republic of Korea for Korean country. And what is EMA? So EMA is the European regulatory body responsible for the scientific evaluation and supervision of the medicines developed by the pharmaceutical company by using the European Union. That is, we can use it for human and veterinary. And various roles of EMA, like the EMA is a evaluation of the marketing authorization for human and veterinary drug applications submitted by the pharmaceutical company. So the EMA is coordinating with the European pharmacovigilance and the provision of the scientific data advice, evaluation of application for orphan decisions, evaluation of periodic investigation, and evaluation of and referral procedures and provision and good quality and independence information on the medicines. So this is the main role for the EMA health authorities. Whenever the companies are going to submit any new dossier or any renewal dossier, any variation dossier, so they are going to the evaluate for the human and veterinary products. And next one, so there is a EMA and the scientific committees. So there is a number of committees involved in the EMA health authorities, like a committee of human medicine products, committee of veterinary medicine products, committee of orphan medicine products, and committee of the advanced therapeutic committee, and pharmacovigilance risk assessment committee, committee of herbal medicine products, and the periodics committee. So these are the scientific committee coming under work under EMA. So based on our drug category, we need to submit to health authority based on the committees. And next one, US FDA. So this is the US FDA drug was first creation and was the pure food and drug active in the 1906 in the capacity of the FDA charge with the protecting the health of the US public to ensure the quality and its food, medicine, and cosmetic. Before this time, the United States government had no formal oversight for those product left issue with the quality and purity. That was they have created USFDA to ensure the product is quality and purity and to public health. The Office of the Regulatory Affairs introduction, like a Food and Drug Administration, there is a 6 centers are there and 8 offices are there, one center for excellence and Office of the Regulatory Affairs. You can go through this web link. We can go ahead with detailed information about the Food and Drug Administration for the US. And next one, Pharmaceutical and Medical Device Agency for Japan. So this is also like acting as a uh, main evaluation of the drug products in the registered drug products in the Japan. And next one, so I think that's it from my side. If you have any question, please feel free to reach out to me.
Hello, Prakash sir. Shreya. Yeah, Shreya joined in.
I'm
Great.
done with my presentation.
Yeah, so we do have some questions for you as well.
Yeah,
So students dropped in questions. Just give me a second.
yeah, sure.
It is by, I hope it is visible in your screen too, sir. It is asking
Yeah,
like how a fresher expect in a and salary on an average in India.
yeah, it's based on the university you are studying, and actually based upon the company. If you are going in the MNC companies, you are definitely will receive 5 lakhs per annum. So if you are going any Indian markets and any domestic companies you are going, means it will be like 2.5 lakhs, like that. It's very depends upon your college and your which company you are going, based upon that.
Okay.
Hope I answer your question.
Yeah, I also think that you answered her question well. So
Yeah.
she also asked the question that like after master in biotechnology, if a person wants to pursue a career in regulatory affairs, what could be the roadmap? Like how she can start and go ahead
Yeah,
with.
like previous days, I think for the regulatory perspective, if you want to join the regulatory department, previously the M.Sc chemistry people also joining in the like 2000 areas. But after that, there is a dedicated department happening the various colleges right now. Like M.Pharm, we can taken like a special branch is the regulatory affairs from JSS, UD, and even the all over India, we have the dedicated regulatory affairs departments also. So they are selecting mainly they want to understand the regulatory affairs, how the person is know the regulatory guidelines. They will go ahead with those person only. If you are the person completed in the biotechnology, my suggestion like there is some diploma in the regulatory affairs, so they can they can pursue those diploma courses and they can easily get into the jobs with regulatory affairs.
Okay. Okay. So Grace, I think Mr. Prakash answered your question well. So students, if you have any questions, you can drop in the comment section also, or else you can also mail it to us. We will display our mail ID in some time. And yeah, thank you so much, sir. It was really insightful session
Yeah.
and also
Thank you, Shay.
presentation. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty well.
Thank you. Yeah.
Our student got lots of insights about what happens in regulatory affairs, what are
Oh,
the terms, the names, and the activities.
okay.
Thanks a
So,
lot.
yeah, thank you. Thank you, Shay. Can I continue or can I drop from the call?
Yes, you may. Yeah, you may be, or you may.
Yeah, I
You
can
may.
continue. I can continue because Sweta's madam also we have the presentation, right? Let me see.
Yes, yes. So
Yeah,
students,
thank
we
you.
have a call now. She has some insights more about the topic to share with all of you. So yeah, hi Sweta ma'am. So uh, you may start with your insights, uh, with your like informations which you have to share with the students.
Okay, let's start. Actually, before starting, I just want to tell you all that nowadays getting into regulatory affairs is not being that difficult as it was before. The thing is, in the market or in the academics that are there, regulatory affairs is a subject that's being included in most of the colleges now. So getting into regulatory affairs is a not tough job, but for freshers, yeah, enhanced salary, as Prakash sir said, it depends on the company that you're applying for and also the role that you're applying for, majorly. So there are few job roles such as coordinator or compliance analyst, maybe a labeling specialist or document coordinator. All these things are there. And then even biotechnica is offering a course related to regulatory affairs which you guys can join. uh, Before I start, I just gave you a brief idea. Here you also have uh, job assistance things where you all will be like assisted through a job process and all those things are there. And yeah, let's start with my topic now. Prakash sir has already covered everything, almost everything. He has left nothing for me to talk on. But then do I have a like how AI is helping regulatory affairs? We'll see that. See, guys, regulatory affairs is not like a team which works at the start, at the end of the clinical trial, or in a one CRO or anything. When a word pharmaceutical product comes into picture, regulatory affairs is by default there. Regulatory of the main job or the main thing regulatory affair person does is maybe he may that person be at any post or any like any level in his work. The main thing that a regulatory affairs person does is having everything in compliance to the regulatory bodies. So every country has their own regulatory bodies and have their own requirements. So things go on as per the regulatory requirements. Wherever the clinical trials are being carried out, they are carried out by the compliances related to that particular country. So anyway you join, you'll have like a regulatory affairs team. Most of the companies now, CROs, even the manufacturing units, are adapting to having a dedicated regulatory affairs team. Before it was like they used to do their part and then the work was then handed to a regulatory affairs team so that they can analyze and then give their insights. But now it is like they are having a special team along with other teams, a regulatory affairs team. So, and the job of regulatory affairs person is right from the start of a pharmaceutical product being introduced to clinical trials to the end, till where the pharmaceutical product is ended from the market. Means right from the birth to death of the pharmaceutical product, regulatory affairs person has some or the other part during this whole process. So as looking into the like job opportunities that are there, you are means you as freshers or experienced can be placed through all these departments that are there right from the start of the, even before starting the clinical trial. We have a regulatory affairs person who will give approval to each and every document that you produce or that manufacturing unit produces or that a sponsor produces or anyone. It is the regulatory affairs approval that leads the document to come into picture, that leads the document to get published. So yeah, regulatory affairs person play an important role. Like they are the key persons who actually who decide that document should be there or not. So that is that. Let's start with my presentation. I know Prakash sir has already covered everything and he's left nothing for me. But something related to AI, I would like to talk on how AI is making regulatory affairs life easy or difficult. Let's see. Is my screen in presenting mode? Prakash sir, if you could confirm. Okay. Digital health and AI transforming regulatory affairs. Let's see how digital health and AI transforming the regulatory affairs landscape in healthcare. In this particular, in my talk, you will explore how the innovative technologies are reshaping the industries and what it means for the means what regulatory affairs or what AI means to a regulatory affair professional. So let's start. In the introduction part, I have the rise of digital health and AI. So digital health encompasses the telehealth, M-health, and wearable devices. AI includes machine learning and NLP, that is natural learning processes, language processes, processing. Sorry, the market is booming, impacting healthcare delivery. Regulatory affairs must adapt to these changes. So what is happening, guys? Digital health technologies like telehealth, the mobile apps, or the wearables are actually transforming the healthcare delivery. Now, by healthcare delivery, we means the information that we are getting from the digital world. Artificial intelligence including the machine learning and NLP is playing a growing role in digital health revolution, and this digital health market is booming as these technologies are becoming widely means they are being adopted everywhere. However, a regulatory environment must adapt to keep pace with these rapid changes in healthcare. Even if there is whole world is getting digital, a whole world is after AI, having machine learning, having natural language processing. Even after all this, we as regulatory affairs people are trying to keep up to these changes that we are facing. So then we have, now if you all can see the pictures, the device is placed on a person's hand and the report is being generated on the mobile. So this is how AI is actually easing the process of even the clinical trials, not only regulatory affairs but clinical trials. But when it comes to reports and having knowledge, it is the regulatory affairs person who actually gives approval for that particular report that has been generated. Technology includes telemedicine, wearables, M-health apps, and digital therapeutics. Each present unique regulatory consideration. Now, it is important to understand the regulatory landscape around these technologies to ensure that they are being used effectively and safely in regulatory affairs care. Now, just using AI or just using some mobile app will not give you a proper reports. It is regulatory affairs person who sees that every report that is being generated, every information that we are getting is in compliance. So again, as you know, regulatory affairs people are heroes over here. So AI revolution in healthcare. AI is transforming diagnostics, drug development, and personalized medicine, but it also raises ethical questions. Now we say that AI is doing our work, AI is easing our life, AI is helping us to have a work-life balance, but also AI is now this Ghibli is in trend, right? Everybody is posting their pictures, but you guys are not aware that you're giving your information, you're giving your personal photos to Ghibli, and then you're getting it transformed into some comic type. Same way in R means RA, that is regulatory affairs, you're giving your information to AI, and then at the end we have some ethical questions which are sometimes not solvable. So the AI algorithms are now though AI algorithms that we are getting or the AI reports that we are getting, we are able to analyze the medical images with superhuman accuracy. Means even humans can be even humans can make mistakes, but when it comes to AI, they don't make mistakes. They are detecting diseases earlier, and AI is being more reliable. The only thing that AI is not coping up with, the thing that is ethical considerations. So these advancement in AI powered diagnostics and drug development are leading to more personalized and effective healthcare. So even if AI is raising ethical consideration questions, but it is also having a very effective healthcare that is transforming the world now. However, the growing use of AI in healthcare, as we say, again, ethical questions are there that needs to be carefully considered and addressed. So, what are the challenges that a regulatory affairs person is facing, or a regulatory affairs is facing in this digital age? Is that data privacy and security are critical questions or critical issues, you can say, in this digital age, where regulations like HIPAA and GDPR are there, and we are not able to adhere to this because of the AI. Whereas each and every data that is being produced during each phases of clinical trials, after clinical trials, before clinical trials, they must adhere to these regulations that are in GDPR. But AI is like over overseeing these regulations. So ensuring algorithm transparency and addressing potential biases, 1 minute away, is a key that we are increasingly relying on digital tools. So yeah, if we are getting something served easy, we are actually getting relied to it. But when we are getting relied to it, and as I said many times, that AI is making our lives easy, but AI is also giving an ethical shoot to us. So as you can see, the tangled web of data cables and security over here. Firewalls, the image means this image, how difficult is it to understand which particular cable is connected to which machine over here. Same way, regulatory affairs, AI is like playing with regulatory affairs. So when we say AI is playing with regulatory affairs, this is again like giving birth to new job opportunities. When AI came into picture, a lot of people into regulatory affairs were losing jobs. But when the companies understood that AI is actually playing with our data, they stopped using AI and they again came back to humans. So when they came back to humans again, we have like more job opportunities. So current regulatory frameworks and guidelines that are there is FDA obviously and EU MDR. FDA digital healthcare of excellence is at the forefront, means it is leading, and then EU MDRs and AI are also a key. International harmonization is ongoing again. Then we even have IMDRF, which is International Medical Device Regulators Forum, who are also like trying to cope up with these AI trends or with these AI learnings or with AI things. There are different like AI powered tools for regulatory efficiency that AI automates the document management and review. You means just before some time, like Prakash sir said that we are the one who are like actually producing the regulatory affairs person is the one who is actually producing a technical document related to some study. But AI is also helping us to review the document. AI is telling us the alignment of the document. AI is actually making the document look more attractive. When I say more attractive, it is like helping us to align the fields in a proper way. AI also means AI is also assisting us to know the risk areas or risk assessment and compliance. All these things AI is helping with. So AI has not actually taken over completely by regulatory affairs, but yeah, in some areas AI is actually helping regulatory affairs, and it is good that AI is not helping the complete area of regulatory affairs, because yeah, again we might lose jobs over here. But many companies, almost about 90% companies, are not adapting to AI just because the data means they considering the data integrity and all those things. To keep the data safe, it is important not to expose the data to AI. So there are few strategies for having an effective digital health and AI regulatory submission, that is engaging early with regulatory agencies, develop robust validation plans, focus on data quality and emphasize patient safety. Now developing a comprehensive validation plan that thoroughly demonstrates the safety and efficacy of your technology or of your process is a key. Having this in place will have an effective digital health. But again, yeah, we are not able to completely, why I'm saying that we are not able to completely adopt AI, because it is not like, in some areas it is giving exactly what we need, in some areas it is not understanding our requirements. Being a regulatory affairs person, like maintaining a strong focus on data quality throughout the development and testing process will actually help build us a confidence in your means in our submissions. Like this point over here, focus on data quality. Now, whenever there is a pharmaceutical product which has undergone the whole clinical trial process, and then the manufacturer wants to sell that product, then that particular manufacturer or the person who is applying for that particular sale in any country has to have a proper set of documents that are these common technical documents. Each country have their own requirements related to common technical documents. But when it comes to listing these common technical documents, these are like labels, IFU, brochure, then we have risk management files, PMS files, post-marketing surveillance files, periodic safety update reports. Then we have clinical evaluation report. All these things are there. Design and manufacturing files are there. All these files may maybe or may not be produced by a regulatory affairs person, but are approved by a regulatory affairs person. So it is the regulatory affairs person who is actually giving approval to these files before being submitted to the regulatory authorities. The future of regulatory affairs, that is we are embracing the change, like predictive regulation uses AI to anticipate future needs, agile pathways accelerate digital health innovation, regulatory professionals must adapt. Now, as you all know that, yeah, AI is there and we need to adapt to these. Someday AI will, someday that someday I don't know when it will come, where AI will actually be reliable. But as far as I know, as far as I understand, being into this industry since long, AI will never be reliable. So our jobs are like never out of market. We, the regulatory affairs, will need humans to keep things going. So yeah, digital health and AI transforming regulatory affairs. Stay informed, adapt, and embrace the future. This is what I have to say at the end. So everything was insightful. Everything that you heard through me went like chalo, everything was fine and nice. But yeah, guys, even if AI is there, whatever AI will do, whatever strength AI can apply, but it can never replace humans, as you know. It can never be reliable. So if at all you are planning to come into regulatory affairs, do be there. And nowadays it is important to have a skill instead of having educational background. So these skills you can develop through getting placed or getting this regulatory affairs course in biotechnica. We are there to develop these skills, and we are also there to have some job assistance to you, and this will actually help you even if you are from any stream of life science background. Now, as for the knowledge that I have, the market knowledge that I have, there are vacancies available for regulatory affairs people related to any life science background if they come from. The important thing is the skill that they need, the regulatory affairs knowledge that they need. So yeah, this is what I had to say. I am actually done. I'll ask Shreya ma'am to take over if she's there.
Yeah, so yes, ma'am. I also believe that the skills, the educational background is not enough. We need skills and we need real life projects that we are handling to excel in the course, right? To excel in the topic that we are. So, students, if you are looking to build a strong foundation, gain real world expertise in global regulatory affairs, then this comprehensive program is your ideal choice. And the batch starts from like 7th of April, right, ma'am?
Yeah, 7th of April, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Indian Standard Time.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. So, I need to check if we have some questions here. Yeah, there are some questions. So, it is by Dhruv. I have 2 years of experience in biotech R&D. Can I join with this experience?
Prakash, would you like to answer or should I answer this?
Yeah, please go ahead, ma'am, because I'm fine with that. If you can answer, I will also support for your answer.
Okay. The thing is, as I just told you all, if you have a life science background, I'm talking about the educational background, you're good to go into regulatory affairs. You're good to switch to these careers. Means your career in regulatory affairs. Just you need to have that skill to understand each document, and you need to understand the points that are to be there in the document. All these things are there. So having a proper knowledge on documents will only come after you have a brief knowledge on regulatory affairs. So you can either do a diploma into regulatory affairs or join some courses that are available. Again, I would say Biotechnica is offering that course. So Dhruv, you might join, means if you wish to, you can join this course and have a good insight into regulatory affairs. That's there.
Yes, ma'am. I think there is a lot of people are there. Not only they have the background with the regulatory, even they have completed B.Tech biotechnology and M.Sc
Yeah.
chemistry. Also, they are working in the regulatory. So, but they need the minimum experience, like exposure with the regulatory. So, I think biotechnic are doing a fantastic job. I think here. So, guys, you can utilize this opportunity and learn the more about regulatory affairs.
Okay, that's all, ma'am. Okay, we have Dev Puran also. So he says that working in downstream processing production department in pharmaceutical industry. How will regulatory affairs help me in the career?
Uh, Downstream processing production department in pharmaceutical. Now, Dave, you are already into pharmaceutical industry where you already have a knowledge related to documents. You know what documents are being produced and how they look like. So, having regulatory affairs is like upscaling your knowledge that you have, and even regulatory affairs gives a work-life balance to you guys. It is not hectic jobs. It is not like it, in the market of pharmaceutical products, regulatory affairs is something where you're like honored. People who are working in regulatory affairs are honored. As I said, it is the regulatory affairs person who is approving each part, each document, each process. So if you come, or if you're willing to come into regulatory affairs, this could actually give a turn to your career. Why? Because you already have a good knowledge into bio, means pharmaceutical industry. So this can actually turn your career 360 degrees. And as far as I know, your this previous experience will also be considered, and you can get a good hike when it comes to getting placed in a regulatory affairs department to any position that you're looking for or you are eligible for.
Okay, Dev, I think that is a question. Anything you have, Mr.
Shrey, your voice is breaking. I think I can't able to hear you properly.
Anything you also have, sir, to share some insights about to answer their questions?
Sorry,
Uh,
still your voice is
Prakash
not clear.
sir, she is actually asking you to like give your views on Dev's question.
Yes, definitely. So I think regulatory affairs job is a white collar job. So definitely, I think there is a lot of scope is there, and even when compared to other department in the pharmaceutical industry like production, FR&D, R&D, QA, and QC department, the regulatory department is the at present we have the evergreen department is the regulatory. So the person is playing a very key role in the industry, and there is a lot of scope, and as mentioned by Sweta ma'am, there is a hikes even when compared to the salary wise also we can compare to the other department in the pharmaceutical industry, and regulatory is the top, they are the top one. So I think there is a bright future in the regulatory affairs. So please, as a Biotechnica providing the nice opportunity, you guys, you can learn from them.
Guys, regulatory affairs is not only providing you all good jobs. See, good jobs are
Yeah.
available in the market, but the work-life balance that regulatory affairs is giving is amazing. You don't have to worry when you are into regulatory affairs. Yeah, workload is there everywhere, work pressure is there everywhere, but you actually tend to handle this with ease. Why? Because you're getting that good pay. At the end, we are doing everything for getting a good pay. So if you're getting a good pay plus good work, it's like pacho ungliya ghee mein. So it's like that. So you are like flourished from every part of your career. There's one more question, like, is this suitable for a person with M.Sc chemistry? Yeah, Sonu. Like just we told, even Prakash sir told, and even I told, that anybody from life science background can move to regulatory affairs. The basic need is to understand the document and understand the process of regulatory affairs.
I think that's all today. Students, if you have any questions or doubts, you can post it in the comment section, or you can also email it to us. Our email ID will be displayed. So I think if you have I'm inclusion,
Uh, we couldn't actually hear you. As a concluding statement, I would like to say that switch to regulatory affairs. I'm not forcing you guys, but if you want to have a good career and good work life balance, switch to regulatory affairs. Try to understand, do a good research before like switching to regulatory affairs. Talk to experts that are there in the market. You can connect to them through LinkedIn and all those there. Even I am there on LinkedIn. Prakash sir is there. I am in the name of Shweta Niturkar, SHWETA NITTURKAR, Niturkar. Uh, a lady with like a big smile and sitting in pink dress. And I've actually like want to know if Prakash sir would also like to share his LinkedIn profile. If you guys have any questions, you can like connect to any regulatory affairs person. You just have to type regulatory affairs and you will see the list of people working into regulatory affairs. You can get insights from them, ask a few questions, like, and then come into regulatory affairs. So,
Yes, yes, ma'am.
at all,
Yeah, I'm also sorry interrupting. So I'm also open to help the people. So you
yeah.
can check in my LinkedIn profile, and you can connect with me if you have any questions or in the future as well as if, about the regulatory affairs.
Prakash sir, could you like tell us the full name that you have on LinkedIn?
Prakash Bantrod.
Could you
P R A
spell it?
K A S PRAKASH and BANTROTH. Bantrod.
Okay, okay, great. Guys, you can connect to him, you can connect to me, you can even connect to Biotechnica team. They will counsel you, they will help us connect to various things. Think of this after this session, take a wise decision and turn your career. I think there are no more questions that are there. I would actually thank Prakash for like taking out time from his busy schedule and then being there here for our students, for our viewers to be there and giving such a brief presentation and helping us understand the whole process was a great deal that we did with Prakash sir today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you guys for your patience about my presentation.
No, sir,
Thank
actually
you.
it was very informative.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks to
thank you.
you.
Yeah, no problem.
We are ending the call, guys. We are open for any questions that are there. You can post just below this webinar. We'll be even answering over there. Thank you. Have a nice weekend, guys. Prakash, sir, you can leave. I
Yeah,
even have you.
thank. Yeah, thank you, ma'am.